Okay, so we're going to set up our nuke that we've been following through a season for the winter real quick. And I think you'll be surprised actually at how simple this is. You notice I'm going to go back to some burlap. We've been getting all this rain, and so I feel pretty safe about having open fires again. Burlap bag, I find, is just the easiest way to get a starter or get a smoker started. And you can take a bag and cut it into probably about 6 or 8 pieces depending upon how long you're planning on being out in the bee yard. But let's see here. I just got a small piece here. Good size to get started. Make sure I'm on the screen. Yep. So what I do, let's see if it makes a liar out of me. The end that has all the strings, I'll put that in with my lighter, light it, let it get going well. When I start feeling it burn my fingertips, I know I'm in the right one. Let's see. Sometimes you need to use a piece of paper, but a lot of times if you get a good cold base or get a good burn started with the bag, you don't need it. Once again, I'm kind of trying to do it the expedited way here. There we go. Yeah, and just keep billowing. Keep billowing. Just gotta cut another. I didn't mean for this process to take so long, but hey, if it's helpful to you and you don't mind going on the journey with me, then that is great. But yeah, once again, burlap I just find is the easiest way to get a smoker started. Other than that, liquid smoke all the way. But anyway, so yeah, all we're doing really for preparing the hive for winter today is I'm going to put on that insulation. I'll show you that. Yeah, because I've been trying to explain to people. I might have to go with some paper. Hang on. Coincidentally, here's our 2 pieces that we're going to be using today to set up for the winter. I personally have not had any, I haven't seen any need for wrapping hives here with insulation. I think probably, if anything, you could wrap them once with tar paper if you wanted to kind of have some extra protection against the wind and what have you. But overall, I just don't find it necessary here. Compare it to the temperatures that we usually deal with. Another trick too is stick your hive tool down the side, give it some more air. Many of you by now can tell why I usually prefer using liquid smoke. Because it could just, getting these things lit or it could be a pain in the butt. So, okay, so I have here, I think it's about 3/4 inch foam insulation and 1/2 inch hardware cloth that we're going to put in the entrance of the hive to keep mice from going in there. Keep working that smoker. Really beautiful sunny day. It's what is this, October 1st? Gosh, hard to believe. So with smokers, if you want to be on the extra precautious side when approaching your hive, you can give the entrance a quick blast of smoke. And I'll probably put my veil on. Getting this time of year, bees can be a little a little more aggressive. But anyways, so I mean, here we can even take a quick look here. Overall, the weight of this hive is looking excellent. This is the top of the winter cluster. The last time we checked, we have a pretty decent population going here. We did our mite treatments. Mite treatments should be done by the end of October. But anyways, yeah, got a good population down there. So I'm not going to disturb them anymore. So first step, see, I don't know if you can see all the condensation on the top here. But that's what we're wanting to prevent, especially as we get down into freezing temperatures, because that, besides viral issues, that is your most deadly problem with successful overwintering. I'm sure some of that too has to do with them still ripening the syrup that we gave them. But anyway, so plastic, I think there's like 6 mil vapor barrier plastic, goes right on the top of the frames. And then we take our 3/4 inch foam insulation, put that on top, make sure it's sealed well. Here. Get a little better view. Foam insulation centered right on top. And then the lid. And because I didn't have an inner cover on here before, there's some wax buildup, so just scrape that off real quick so we get a nice flat seal. Had a bunch of people asking me about propolis, and here you go. Anyway, so that's on the top like that, and that's it. That's all I do for getting this the top part of the colony ready. Part 2 is, and the reason you use 1/2 inch hardware cloth is so that the bees can still have access to flying in and out of their bottom entrance. Because the other thing, I didn't bring my drill with me, but I'm going to come out with my battery powered drill, and probably I'll have to cut this extra plastic off. If I'm going to drill a 3/4 inch hole, might even do 2 of them, but a 3/4 inch hole at the top of this top super, and that'll be for ventilation and also their top entrance. So anyways, this here just pushes in like so. And what I do with this hardware cloth is probably about 4 inches wide, and then I bend it into a V and push that in, and that keeps the mice out of the front. And so anyway, so that's it. This is set up for winter, and I have had really great success wintering in this format. We'll do a video here next week, and we'll see that the condensation will have shifted from being, you know, completely surrounding the top of the plastic. It'll probably have shifted to just some of the edges here where the insulation isn't pressed down as well. So it really makes a big difference, because as that warm air rises up from the winter cluster, it's meeting that colder air and creating condensation. Condensation drips on the cluster, and then obviously, I mean, you know, it's a lot easier to keep warm when you're dry than when you're wet. When you're wet, probably going to get hypothermia, die, and that's what happens with bees as well. So anyways, that's that, and my chore is just to go through some of these and put the plastic inner cover on, and make sure that they're all looking good. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. We'll be doing the same thing with these nukes here. We'll be putting, I'm actually going to check and see, because I'm wondering about the success of these solar this kind of bubble wrap solar. It's supposed to have a reflective insulative quality of, I think, like 95% or something. So might just try those in the beginning, see if we have any condensation problems. I'm actually checking it right now. What am I thinking? Interesting. Yeah, see, the only condensation, well, there's a little bit here. There's some condensation right in between here, but for the most part, it's looking pretty decent. But anyway, so yeah, but that is the formula, and I hope that's helpful to some of you. I want to make sure that you have as successful of a wintering experience as possible. So anyways, we'll catch you again.